If you have poor posture, rounded shoulders, always feel stiff and tight, you're in the right place. I'm gonna show you some of the best exercises you can do to help this issue. All right, so poor posture can be related to so many different things. People a lot of times think if you're sitting rounded, it must be poor, so you have to sit up tall to get in good posture. That's really not the case. Poor posture is a position of prolonged activity in one position and that your body adapts to. Typically, we're sitting all day at the computer, so we're rounded in position, so we adapt to these positions. So no wonder going out of the position always feels better, because we're just getting out of a position that is just too much. But really, there's a couple areas that tend to kind of get very stiff, bound down, and tight. And that is the pec area, the back of the shoulder, and the lat area. Makes sense given all of this flexion-based stuff that we do at our desk. So in this video, we're gonna go over 3 main exercises to really address these areas, and if you do them repeatedly, you can feel a lot better. Okay, so first we're targeting the chest area. The chest area does adduction and internal rotation. So think about it, when you're sitting all day, you're in this position, slacked position, shortened position, it gets stiff and tight. We have to stretch it in the opposite direction to really open up this area. We have to get into abduction and external rotation of the shoulder. So we could do a simple one where we're starting either on the side of a wall, stall bars, it doesn't matter. We just want to get something that's propped up in this position. Notice my thumb, I'm not pointing inwards like so or forward. I want to be pointing out like this, or my palm, that's going into more external rotation. We'll put on more stretch. So from here, I'm in this position. I get in a nice staggered stance, and I want to go forward and lean my chest away. When I rotate away, that'll put more of a stretch here. Now, we're not going to just hang out here for a stretch and do it for 30 seconds and then call it a day. That's what doesn't do anything. We have to build isometric contractions into different ranges of motion to teach the body how to expand the range of motion. So we're gonna do contract, relax components. So from here, the contraction is gonna be pushing into the stall bars, and then after I'm done, I'm just gonna rotate further away. So imagine I'm in this stretch position, hold it for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I'm pushing down where I feel my chest working, holding it for 10 seconds, relax, and now I'm gonna go further into the stretch and turn further away. That will really open this area. From here, I'm gonna open up about 4 rounds of this. That will get a lot of input into this area to really open up this area. 2 minutes. 2 minutes of time under tension or input has been shown to really make some good changes. Now keep in mind, I don't wanna just forcefully get in a position like this and have my arm behind me so far. You wanna be intentional with it. I don't have to go as far into it. I can go a little bit and twist away where I feel this area. But the nuances with that one and with the thumb into external rotation is gonna be key with this to really target this area. Along with doing a stretch for 30 seconds, pushing down for 10 seconds, relax, and you go further into it and repeat those cycles. Now, when you're stiff and tight, a lot of times, when you're really stiff and your arm's in this position, you'll get tingling sensations into your hands or to your arm. You don't want to hold the stretch in that position like that and just push through it. Take your arm out, shake it out a little bit, get the feeling back, and then you go back into it. It's because the muscles are so stiff and tight and nerves don't like to be stretched when that's the case. So by doing this repeatedly, over time, they'll start to get less and less and less stiff so that the nerves can move through the muscle belly a lot better. So that's the first one up, contract, relax to the chest. The next up is targeting the back of the shoulder. When the back of the shoulder gets stiff and tight, it could push the humeral head forward and create this anterior glide syndrome to this. So we have to make sure the back of the shoulder is loose and less stiff. So we could do a simple cross-body stretch with a contract relax component to this one as well. Nuances here are so key. So from here, I just pull my arm across my body without yanking it, what everyone does, and they I don't feel a stretch, because it's just, you're not doing it properly. You wanna create separation between the shoulder blade and the arm bone. So from here, I pull my arm across my body, and then from here, I'm gonna squeeze my shoulder blade back. If you do it right, you don't have to go that far while squeezing the shoulder blade back and really be intentional with it to feel this area being stretched. Once I hold that for a period of time on a stretch component, say 30 seconds, I'm gonna push into my hand for 10 seconds. After that, I'm gonna pull myself further into it. So I'm here, pull it across, I feel a nice stretch, I squeeze my shoulder blade back, and I'm trying to think about sinking into the back of my shoulder, like so. Hold it for 30. Imagine 30 seconds goes by. I'm now generating pressure into my hand this way, holding that for 10 seconds. Notice I'm not moving. Relax after the contraction, and I pull myself a little bit further into it, and then I squeeze further back. And then that will really target a new range of motion that I'm in. I repeat the same sequence. 30-second holds. After 30 seconds, I generate force into my hand. 10 seconds, relax, pull further, and then squeeze back further. What you're doing there is really targeting the back of the shoulder to create relative motion between the arm bone and the shoulder blade, and you do that by not aggressively going into it, but being aware of the nuances there, and that will ultimately loosen up, then make the back of the shoulder less stiff, which then prevents it from pushing the shoulder forward, and it can sit back in the shoulder a lot better and not contribute to this rounded position. So again, cross over, squeeze the shoulder blade back, really try to feel that back corner of the shoulder, hold it 30 seconds, push for 10 seconds, relax, pull further, and then repeat the sequence about 4 times. The next up is targeting the lat muscles, which does adduction and also a little bit of internal rotation too. Again, contributing to this thing. So we're gonna bias it with one arm, but you could take the concepts and apply it to 2. So from here, since the lat muscle does internal rotation, I don't want my palms facing away from me or thumb in. I want my thumb out, which will create more external rotation at the shoulder, which puts it on more stretch. From here, I rock my butt to my heels so that I can help round the back, because that will stretch the lat a little bit more as well and lock out the low back from compensation. So from here, I'm getting my arm or my elbow supported on something, and I'm just gonna be sinking in, and I'm kind of leaning a little bit this way to really hit this area. And you don't have to do much to really get this stuff biased to really feel it, especially if you're stiff and tight. If you're watching this and you're stiff and tight and you don't feel stretches, you're probably not doing it right. If you're very, very flexible, that's a totally different case, but you're probably watching this because you're stiff. So if you do it right, you'll feel it in these areas. So from here, external rotation, thumb out, I sink and I'm leaning into it and I feel this stretch. You're gonna apply, you could also use your other hand to push it into more external rotation as well. And you're gonna apply the same concepts with a contract relax. So the contraction is gonna be pushing my elbow down into the bench for that 10 seconds. So holding it, just hanging out for 30 seconds, trying to find different corners that I feel stiff and tight in. After that 30 seconds is done, I'm gonna push down for 10 seconds where I feel my lat muscle working, hold it for 10. After 10 seconds is done, I relax from pushing and I try to sink further in to that angle and get more of my lat. So I could sink further down, I could shift my body, I could move myself into more external rotation, and I'm just holding until I feel this stretch again. And then I'm repeating, 30-second stretch, 10-second pushing down, and then I sink further into it, and I repeat. You wanna get about 4 rounds again for that 2 minute of accumulation. Now, sometimes the shoulder will feel a little bit uncomfortable going into this position if you are really stiff. So you can monitor it where you don't have to go into external rotation as much. You can collapse in a little bit and sink further down to feel the stretch versus aggressively going into external rotation and not feeling great. So you wanna play with your angle, but the idea is to get really this area feeling a stretch. So if you get in that position properly, you can really do a lot of good for the lat. So there you have it. Those are 3 simple exercises that target 3 different areas that contribute to this rounded position. Now I know you might be thinking, like, wait, those are like so basic and that's all? Like, yeah, because you don't need 700 different things to do. You need simplicity, something that you can do that's manageable, not overwhelming, and then you could progress off of these things. A lot of times I see a lot of problems come with clients where they come to me after trying so many different things and they're just lost because there's too much information out there and there's a lot of misinformation out there. It's not about doing all these different things or reinventing the wheel. It's staying simple, just doing things that historically just work with proper nuances and things like that. But a lot of times all these different nuances come into play. It's boring to do these simple things. They don't look fun. They're not the sexy stuff. They look easy, and that's another issue that contributes to a lot of these things. And I'm bringing that up because I see it just time and time again. And the people that get the results stick to the basics. It really is that simple. But yeah, it can be very hard with so much stuff out there. So anyways, enough of that rant. So those are 3 different things that you could do for 3 major areas that typically get irritated. So if you stay consistent to it, you build up volume to that, your body will start to feel a lot better. Are these the end all be all? No, they gotta be progressed, but they're a good starting point. All right, so hope you found some value in this. If you did, follow me right now or subscribe down to the channel, leave any comments down below, questions. This is Dr. Nick. I'll see you on the next one.